Well, hello there, welcome back. This is going to be an update episode. Update on the Dreame project of mine. Those of you who have been following my channel know that I ordered a new Dreame and got a good deal, and I had to pay for it then. And yeah, that story, you can go back and watch that episode if you want. And I got one delivered, used one. It was used for a day, but that didn't work out because it was still linked to the previous owner's account, so I had to return that one. And I was gonna get my new mower delivered 3rd of July. Went down there 3rd of July. First I saw online and saw that delivery was not 3rd of July. You can estimate on the websites and stuff, but well, I didn't get a notification, so I went down there, and lo and behold, delivery mid-August. Yeah. And mid-August here in Norway, where I live, the grass don't grow much anymore. A little bit, but not much. Now is the time to have the mowers. So I cancelled my order. I don't need it mid-August, I said to them, and that was okay. I got my money back and everything was okay. But then, what do? I had watched a lot of videos and I followed a lot of forums online, mainly on Facebook, and I saw there was so much negativity about the Dreame. So many issues with the updates and software, mostly. Not with hardware, as I understood it, but software issues all the time. And that got me scared, so I was checking out other mowers. What should I buy? The Navimo is well hyped, I think, and not a lot of complaints on it. I don't know, it's big and it doesn't cut that fine. It doesn't leave a nice cut, as I understand it. I haven't tested it, so I can't claim that, but from my understanding, that's what they say. And there are some. It's an NRTK mower, so there will always be some issues. And yeah, thought I'd buy that then. But still, no deliveries. There are some people who have them, but I would like to go to a store and buy it, so I have a store to return it to if I want to. But that didn't happen, and I was thinking I don't want NetRTK or RTK in general. That being said, the Ecovacs was on RTK and it worked fine. It didn't go where I wanted it to, but it worked fine with the RTK. But my lawn is so sloped everywhere, so and the map is always like this from the NetRTK. It's not like that, so the proportions aren't right, no matter how you see it. So I want a mower preferably without RTK. And I was starting to look at the Luba 3 with both the Lidar and the RTK. But I've watched so many YouTube videos now, and I don't want the Omni wheels. Even though the Dreame has the Omni wheels, I don't want it now. Because it will, since I have all the slopes and angles and stuff, it will tear up my grass. And like my Ecovacs did, and the Husqvarna before that. So I want 4-wheel drive, I want Lidar. It can have RTK. Preferably not, because where I live, at least the map I checked, that for the NetRTK or the signal service, I'm at 10 centimeters accuracy. Down by the coast, it's 2 centimeters. And I only checked the one map, so I don't know, but that's not good. If it's 10 centimeters off, it will fall down everywhere, and will run just this little edge here. my Ecovacs fell down here all the time, and it had its perimeter up here, all the way over here, down to that drainage over there, and that was the RTK. So I don't know. So I started looking at something else, and I couldn't find anything. And then the Roborock turned up. The Roborock Z120 Lidar. Yeah, that looks nice. It has the Omni wheels, like the, no, not the Omni wheels, the turning wheels, like the Terramow X4, and I guess the Works Landroid Vision and something. But still, can't be delivered until August. But you see all the trees I have here. There's a tree, there's a tree. Over there are some more trees. It has to go under, and I have the buildings like this, and I have a lawn up here and all the way down there, both sides of the road, and on the other side of the road down there. I don't know if you can see it. And I wanted to cut this part. This part I cut with the string trimmer, as you saw. I finished it here, or you will see, maybe. But and there's a tree, and there's some shrubberies over here, and my house is in the way. Because I had the RTK up on my little building up here, a storage building I have on the lawn. And it has to avoid this thing, the pond with no water in it, because there's a hole in the, you see, there's a hole. I bought a shitty pond liner, I think. And I didn't build it right. I had no idea what I was doing. I just dug a hole. So this has been drained for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now. 4, maybe 5, I don't know. It doesn't matter. And under the bridge here, down there, that's where the pump and the UV and the filter is up here, actually. Under these rocks, the water comes up through a pipe. And there's a little stream here. It's overgrown now. It's ugly. I should actually tear it out, but I don't want to. I want to fix it. But I'm not going to use money on that. That has to be extra money. But you see, I have quite a lot of lawn. And now I cut this part as well. I want the mower to go up here too. I have a little cleaning to do. And yeah, I need to fix that wall. And I need to change that door. later project. And I also want to build now you see this stone wall? It goes here, over there. I want to build this up so it's up to that level. So it's almost flat, because in the winter when I plow my snow, I usually plow it off this edge and down to here. So I want it to be up more, so make it easier for that. And also easier for a lawnmower on the upper lawn there. And I have it down here. I want the lawnmower to go under here. The RTKs don't. I don't know if the lidars will, but if I tell them to without any detection system, maybe they will go under here. And I also have these berry bushes down there. And I have more berry bushes here. There are some at the edge here, and there's one. And this thing. None. Yeah, the Husqvarna went under here. He didn't care. But RTK1, the Ecovacs, did not go under. It moved way out from it. So it's almost like it stayed in... so it had vision up. But you can see, there's a lot of lawn there that doesn't get mowed. And there's a little check. I had the RTK antenna up on the roof there before on the Ecovacs. And also I have this hill over here. I guess we can go through here. This one. This is quite steep. This is about 38, 39 degrees at the start down here. Right there it is. You can see it's really steep. And that's why I need a 4-wheel drive. He got 4-wheel drive. But anyway, so that's why I was looking at getting one with the LiDAR and not RTK, preferably without it altogether, because I don't need, if the LiDAR system works, okay. But and you see here it's all wood, so that this is not a good lawn for RTK. Oh, hey. And I also needed to go in there. I don't know if the Navimo will fit in there. Well, it will fit, but almost not. Because that's where they live, all the mowers. And I have a lot of stuff up here too. There's a lot of trees and stuff. The Ecovacs with the RTK didn't have any problems up here, but yeah, it didn't cut under this one. And so that's why I want it. I was looking at a new, it's a Kickstarter, the Terramow X something, I think. A big beast that goes, just goes straight and turns over and then goes back. It doesn't turn around. It actually looks great, but it's a big gas mower, and I guess it's gonna be really expensive. And the Kickstarter now is at, was it $2,600, 26,000 Norwegian. I guess that's an option, but still, as it is now, it has RTK, but I guess that will come with LiDAR. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll develop it to maybe go with LiDAR. And yeah. So I made an executive decision, and I went and got this thing. Yeah! The cheapest, most inexpensive, self-propelled gas mower I could find. This was $270. Yeah. From Biltema. Car team, if you want, in English. But I've cut all this with this now, and yeah, it works like expected. It had plastic wheels. These are hard plastic. I didn't know that, because when I went down there, I just looked online where's the cheapest one, and this was it. That had a mulching plug and all that stuff. And I didn't look at it down there. I just said I'm gonna have the cheapest one you got there, and they gave me the box, and I went home, started assembling. That's enough for that, but it works adequate, I'd say. I don't think it will work when the grass is wet, but it shouldn't cut when it's wet anyway. But that's what I got, and decided I'm not gonna get a Robomower this year. I'm gonna wait until next year. I'm guessing the Navimo, the X4 20, 30, 50 will come with LiDAR next year. I think so. I don't know, but I think so. And the Roborock Z120 Lidar, as I've seen, it has a LiDAR on top. I see all of them have them almost like an afterthought. I don't like that. I think they could make it better, like on the inside, the vacuum mowers, no, vacuum cleaners you have. They have the little tower with the LiDAR in, and that's why I think the X4 series will come with LiDAR next year, and I think the Roborock will have a other system. I think this will only get better with time. So that's why I've cancelled my order for the Dreame 2, because that also has it on top. So if it flips, you're fucked. Beep. But I think they will come up with better solutions. So yeah, and I've also looked at the Sunsekker X9. That one looks good, but still it has the RTK. But that looks really good, and I'm guessing they will come with Lidar too. I don't know, but it's still new, this Lidar thing, so give it a year, and I think it will have improved a lot. That's why I'm not buying one this year, because if I get it mid-August, I won't be enough time to actually test it to see if that's what I need, and then my 60-day return policy or whatever will be expired, and I'm stuck with it. So that's why I'm not buying one this year, and bought this thing instead. and it plus it gives me some exercise. I have to walk. The John Thread, the old boy, the blade came loose on it. There's something broken, and the bracket or something. And I haven't checked, but I doubt there'll be any spare parts for that old mower, which is 20, 30 years old or something. I don't know how old it is, but it's old. I've told you about that one in a different video. You can go and check that if you want. And yeah, so that's the update on the mower part. And I most likely will be getting a Roborock next year. I think that's the machine for me. Unless the Navimo comes with Lidar and they shrink it a bit because it's too big. I don't like it. It's way too big. You can't get into the narrow passages like this. You see all the trees here and that stone. I want to cut between there. I don't minimize my work with this. So that's, and I think the Navimo is ugly too. So, but that's just cosmetics, I guess. But it matters. It matters to me. That's why I opted for the Dreame earlier. But I'm gone away from that. Maybe they will come with the turning wheels next year. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there's a lot of new other robots next year. But for this year, no robot for me. Well, other things I'd look for in a Robomower is, first of all, hardware, name brand, I guess. And one thing, it might be minor, but I wanted to have a protection disc under the disc where the blades are mounted, like the old Husqvarnas. And I think Husqvarna still has it, because it saves those little screws you fasten the blades with so much. I had to get the vice grip out to change the blade on the Ecovacs, because they were almost wore down, because if you hit some dirt or just time, I guess. So that matters. And I don't see the need to have a Robomower that cuts the widest. Why? You're not going to do the work. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It'll cut your lawn in a day or two anyway. Your whole lawn. So no matter the mower, I think. Of course, you have to buy the right mower. You can't buy a Luba 1000 on a 3000 square meter lawn. But you know what I mean. If the size is right, he'll cut it. So I don't need the two blade system, I think, because like the Navimo, it has, is it 16 blades on there, or is it 12? 12 maybe. It's 6 on each disc, is it, or is it 8? I don't know, but you know what I mean. But they have made a good system for the changing of the blades. But as with the Dreame I was looking at or ordered, they had this little pin thing you could push down. And I watched a lot of films and a lot of other reviews online that those don't work. They get clogged up and you have to use pliers to get the blades off. So that's a no thing. I guess they're gonna change it. The MOVA Lidax 3000 and those, that basically the same as the Dreame. Those have the screw-in ones. So that's a better system. And as I understand, the MOVA has a better app than Dreame. More features in the app, I guess I can say. And also the Roborock has the best app that I've heard. This is not my opinion, and I haven't tested it. I just, from what I've read and seen online, they have the best app. But there's no more that's gonna be perfect anyway. But I want, my preferences are a LiDAR and a good vision system, so it can go under things and around things. And the Z120 has the optional side cutting, edge cutter thing, so that's good. So it'll make it a little bit wide. I think it's 24 without the edge cutter, and it's, I don't know, 7 more or something, so almost 30 centimeters. So that's more than enough. The old Husqvarna I had only one disc with 3 blades on it, and that's the mower that cut my lawn the nicest. It was almost a perfect lawn. It took a long time because it drives like a maniac, you know, ding 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 ding, like a bumper car. But still, the lawn has never looked as good with the Husqvarna. I still have it, but it doesn't work. And I'm not gonna put down a wire again. No way, because I'm changing the lawn all the time. So that's my thoughts on this. And any tips or other questions or information you have on mowers, please let me know. For now, I think I'm gonna go for the Roborock Rockmow Z120 Lidar next year. That's my best option. It's a little bit more expensive than the Navimow. Actually, a little bit cheaper than the Dreame, but the Dreame is out of the question now after all the reviews on the Omni wheels. I have come to realize I don't want that. I want something that turns. Of course, there's some more to break, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. So that's it from me this time. Shorter video, just an update on the thing. So if you were waiting for me to do a review on the Dreame here in Norway, that's not gonna happen. I can do a review on that Built Emma 3.5 horsepower thing if you want. No, I'm not. It works like it should. It's a gas powered, it just works. Uses a lot less fuel than a Johnsred at least. I almost got the whole lawn on one tank of gas. I came up to the from cutting everything on this side, down here and all the way up there, up to where the lawnmower lives up there. Before I had to fill the tank, so that's good. On the Johnsred I've already filled 2 times by then, and it doesn't smell as bad. So I'm quite happy with that. Only I have to walk behind it. Yeah, so that's it from me for now. Thank you for watching. Next time I'll be doing something homesteady again, not a lawnmower. I guess you can call it a complaint, or yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye. Bye bye.